What's up, dog? What's up, Will Smith? How you doing, man?
What's up? What's up? It's your boy Will Smith with Red and Bold. I'm here with my co-host Joe Mobley. We finna talk Chiefs football. Y'all know
Yeah.
what it is. We're gonna jump right into it. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, but we're gonna jump into it. So the Chiefs, they just recently played the Raiders last
Mhm.
Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna lie, I was in hopes that it would be we would have blown them boys out and it ended up being a closer game than what a lot of us wanted it to be, and it came down to the last play of the game. What concerns do you have after the Raiders versus Chiefs game? What do you have any concerns in regards to
No,
the Chiefs?
no. And the thing about it, this is what concerns me. What concerns me is everybody's so concerned. The sky is not falling. We lost a game to a competent team in the Buffalo Bills. We got the best from the Raiders. We're going to get the best from every opponent we play until we get to what I believe is the pinnacle of this season and will be the Super Bowl. Whatever team that is going to give us their best. The Raiders gave us their best. Unfortunately, it was not good enough. I'm not worried. What are we supposed to do? We got people injured. We got people still coming back. We got new pieces trying to adjust, get people healthy, get people healed, get people playing at the best that they level that they best possibly can. We got all those different things going on. We're no different than any other team. But when we took the loss to Buffalo, I was like, they didn't change our name, but we're not the Chiefs, we're the Dallas Cowboys. You would have thought we was the Dallas Cowboys by the time they got done crucifying us. And now everybody wants to talk about how we don't have the juice. We're not this, we're not that. I just want to make sure everybody leaves room the day after and the day of. The Lord should be so, gracious as to allow us to win another Super Bowl. I want some apologies. Rex
Yeah.
Ryan, Rex Ryan, you,
Oh yeah.
you, you, sir, of all people, should know not to, you know, you don't call no egg for it hatch. You know better. You old,
Yeah.
you old man. You said, I'm tired. That's my opinion. Yeah. No, people overreacted.
Mm,
Um, no, I'm not. I'm not worried. We got a professional football team's best effort,
mm.
and we play under the shadows of what I believe is an offense that has been simplified and as vanilla as it can be. Um, our head coach, as always, has never believed in uh, showing his hand. You know, there are things that are available, I'm sure, that we haven't seen, and you're not gonna see until he thinks it's necessary for us to see that. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that lasts for about a half a quarter in the Super Bowl, and then we go right back to vanilla. It's nothing special about it. So no, we're not gonna break out you know, the 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 playbook of all playbooks against a Raiders team that is they're
Yeah.
not doing
Um,
anything and they're not going anywhere,
mhm.
and we beat them. So no, not worried. Um, I there's no different point for me at this point in the season, other than to say, um, now is when you know you got to tighten it up, and if you got some loose screws and bolts and nuts, you want to make sure you acknowledge them, deal with them, be prepared. I don't even know always that having the number one seed is the best thing. Sometimes people feel like, yeah, that's great. It might be good for us because Andy don't lose. You give him some time. But some people, y'all shouldn't even want a number one seed.
Well, give me a moment here. We're gonna talk about that a little later. So my concerns,
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm not concerned in regards to as it pertains to the Chiefs going into the playoffs. I'm not concerned
Mhm.
about that. Any concerns that I do have, the Chiefs have already um either tried to address or they have addressed. And so they addressed the left tackle position in which Wanye looked pretty man, dude was it was frustrating because there were times as soon as they snapped the ball, the guy was right by Wanye. And I'm like, and all he would do is stick his hand out and watch him run past him. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like move your feet, something like where's your technique, fundamentals? Like it was frustrating because there were guys that would have been open and Mahomes could have, had some nice passes too, but he didn't have the time. And so it was it was frustrating, bro. It was like, golly. And so I know that we have DJ Humphries. He's I think they wanted him to start the game after this Chargers game, but Wanye played so bad. He played so bad that they took him out of the game and they put in Joe Tooney at left tackle, and they moved him left tackle. And we had to do that in the Bengals game. I think remember Orlando Brown went down, we had to put Joe Tooney over there. He did a pretty good job,
I
but
did.
that's not a
I did.
position you want to be in. But I know Tooney, even at half of what he does better than Wanye. So I'm glad DJ Humphries is coming, man. He looked good in practice. We'll see how he looks in the game, if he's able to play the whole game. He looks like he definitely has better footwork, and I've watched some of his highlights, and he's definitely a good tackle. He does lose some battles every now and then, but I mean that's for anybody. You're gonna win some, lose some, but he's definitely, I think he's either on par with OBJ or better. Orlando Brown, I think he's better as far as footwork and pass protection. So if you give Mahomes any amount of time, bro, you know what I'm saying? This offense is gonna
Man,
be it's gonna be much more potent. Many more explosive plays. Those plays they can get to Worthy. Worthy did look better this game in the Raiders versus the Raiders. So there's some positive things to look at, man. But I mean, I wasn't happy. It was frustrating that it was another close game. Like all this season, we have two games where we've won by 10 points or more. And I'm not saying we have to blow everybody out, but you know, what I'm saying you want to dominate. And there have been some games where we dominated. The first game of the year, Baltimore, we dominated that game pretty much, and there were three drop passes that game. Could have been a blowout. Um, but from what I know, Hollywood Brown is coming back, right?
yes, sir.
And so he's more than likely going to play the last three games of the season to get three games under his belt and then to get back comfortable in this offense. Plus, you have DJ Humphries. If he has time, I don't know what it's going to be very difficult to stop the Chiefs offense. We're already good at getting in the red zone. We just have to complete those red zone trips with touchdowns versus field goals. And I think that's the main thing is putting up more points. On defensively, they end up taking Najee Johnson out. Like we were kind of getting gashed in the past. Passing Brock Bowers is a dog, bro. Brock Bowers is that dude, just like I thought he was. I saw him being at Georgia.
Hmm.
He kept them in that game. And it's wild to me when because they only had who was it? Brock Bowers, was it one other player that was making plays? Jacoby Myers, and I'm like, you got two guys that there's no reason you should be allowing the Raiders to do what they do when you know they're gonna throw it to Brock Bowers or they're gonna throw it to Jacoby Myers. They put Joshua Williams in there. He did a little better this game versus when Najee was out there. So there's just some lapses in the secondary sometimes. And I think Omenahu, he did make a difference. You could see him pushing guys back into O'Connell's face, but O'Connell had over 300 yards passing, like 340 yards passing. And so it came down to like the Raiders really pretty much messed it up, thank goodness, because I was already reserved to take the L, bro. I was like, yo, we about to lose this game on the field goal. And I was frustrated, like we shouldn't have lost this game because the offense had two times where the offense had the ball in like the last 5 or 6 minutes where they could have put the game away or locked, just ran out the time, or it's something like we play conservative or something, or the play calling just doesn't, you
I
know?
mean, you start to see us in, again, what we're looking at starts to feel like we're not necessarily playing to win, we're playing not to lose.
Right. I
And there
can't
is a
stand that.
difference. And the thing about it is, again, I stand on this wholeheartedly. Andy Reid has no intention on showing his hand. So even when you look at it, I think it's deeper than just offense. I don't think he has any intention on showing his hand or wanting our defensive aspect of the ball or any of those to show their hands. What do we have up our sleeves? Oh, many of you is great, but oh, many of you said what? It's about to get even worse. If you look at some of his comments following the game, he said, "We about to make this happen." And they started talking to him, and this was his response. I said what I said. You heard me.
Mm,
This is going down. There's already an attitude of y'all don't really even understand what's available to us for our defensive line.
mm,
Nobody's taking into consideration the new guy we got from New England. He ain't even got loose yet.
mm.
The young guy we got from New England,
Yeah,
on many
Uche,
of you, I can't think of his name.
Joshua Uche or Uche.
Yeah, he's not even loose yet.
Hmm.
We haven't even began to sincerely appreciate. Okay, we haven't began to even sincerely appreciate you being back yet.
Hmm. Yeah, it was his first
Okay,
game
I
back.
mean, and
So,
I've had the opportunity of speaking with sources who communicate with you on a regular basis, and he's the real deal. He's for real about this, bro. These cats that are here, most of them have chosen to come here because the expectation is that they not only want to experience the Super Bowl, they want to win it. Okay, and that is business. I think that you're gonna see people who are gonna come out of the woodwork. They're gonna do a great job. Everything's gonna be fine. Now, as far as everybody wanting to see us putting up 30 plus points and um all of those things. Well, let's just keep it real. You can't have everything the way you want. Okay. Now,
and the dub is a dub. You know
a
what I'm
dub
saying?
is on
Whether it's
any
one
day.
point or 2 points.
1 point or 2 points, and everybody wants to make it seem like something was weird about the play. And I'm serious about this. Nothing was weird about the play where the man hiked the ball and started to play. You hiked the ball. Why did you do that? It's not my fault.
I know it ain't
It's
our
your,
fault. Hey,
it's your fault. We did what we were supposed to do. If we was playing any type of high school, college, backyard ball, if your center hikes the ball and the quarterback is not prepared for the snap, that is not our fault. Okay?
nah,
And
nope.
we're supposed to take advantage of. And the big center is walking around. I mean, it's like he's gonna explode. You should be angry at yourself, sir. You
Mhm.
should be, because you definitely cost your team the game. So my
Yeah,
thing with it is, yeah, bro, I think we're a great team. I think that we need to walk in that. Not only do I think we're a great team, I think that what some players are starting to appreciate about the Kansas City Chiefs is that we're also a great organization.
yeah.
People need to take that into
Yeah, I
consideration.
think people understand that the importance
Yeah,
of organizationally and then
yeah,
coaching wise to have very good coaching. I mean, elite coaching, if you want to say elite, just great coaching matters.
bro.
And it all comes to in all phases of the game, with
Do
offense,
and
defense, and
this is
special
the thing to me.
teams.
Great coaching definitely matters. A lot of people, do you think that field goal block that we got that we needed was an accident? Or do
Mm,
you think that that's because of coaching and preparation?
in
That
practice,
they knew
yeah,
exactly what it was going to take to break down that point on that line to get through there and give themselves a chance.
well, if you
I
watched
think
it, they
they knew.
showed previous plays when they kicked field goals earlier. They
Yeah,
were doing it, and they kept doing it, and the guy would just fall backwards. It's
yeah,
like, okay, so they were preparing all the way up to that, and they were it's paying attention to the small things and being able to see like, okay, this is what this guy's doing, this is what like in game, and then when you watch tape, you can see it, you can find the weak points, and I think the Chiefs are one of the best teams at exploiting weaknesses of other teams, and also we're the best team and have the experience when it comes to when a play needs to be made, paying attention to the small details on the field, every aspect, like getting down the field in time to make a field goal, whether it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds. The Chiefs are
Right,
one of the best teams at
right,
utilizing the time. And that used to be one of Andy Reid's weaknesses, time management. And he's
right.
gotten a lot of help, like whether it's from his coaching, he's gotten a lot better at managing the time and
Yeah.
doing what we need to do.
Doing what you need to do, taking care of business. And here goes the real reality. If one of my favorite movies is Gladiator. I haven't seen the
Mm.
second one, so I'm talking about the first.
I ain't gonna say
But
nothing. I ain't gonna tell you
but
nothing.
there's a please don't. There's a point.
First one
There's a
better
point
though.
in the first. There's a point in the first one where the senator is talking to the son who has
Mhm.
wrongly taken basically the position of emperor. But what
Mhm.
he tells him as he's giving him counsel is that there is a certain kind of sea snake that will lay as if it is dead, as if it is lifeless. It will even lay there after it has been bitten
Mhm.
and started, it'll let the predator eat a piece or two of it. And then when the predator thinks that certainly there is no threat, that snake will then at that point become ferocious and will turn the tables. If you think that the Kansas City Chiefs are dead,
Mm.
thank you. I appreciate it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to turn ferocious. We ain't even talked about the 1-2 punch, which you vividly gave us an explanation of the benefits of that on our previous
Mhm.
episode. Go back and watch it, people. Nothing like a little red and bow brighten your day. But I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you right now, you 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 hit the nail on the head. Who really wants to deal with Hunt and Pacheco?
Yeah. And
Nobody.
yeah, and they didn't even have a lot of carries this past game neither. I don't know why we didn't run the ball like that, but
If they can find a way combine to give those two combined 24 plus carries a game, if they can figure out a way to make that a part of the schedule for our offensive scheme and game plan, that's pretty rough, Will. It's pretty
yeah.
rough. It's
Yeah,
pretty
so
rough.
I'm not concerned, man. We know what our team we know what they're about. We know what they can do, their abilities, and it's just addressing those certain areas. The biggest thing will be that left tackle position. If DJ Humphries is anything of what he was in Arizona, man, and I believe he will be. He's coming off of ACL, you know what I'm saying, and they decided not to re-sign him or whatever. And so he was available because of that ACL injury. Like, yo, we got a dog. And I love his mentality already. If you watch his interviews, very intelligent man. Could tell his mindset is just on point when it comes to playing the position. And so I think we got a dog at left tackle, and I think he's excited. I think you can see his facial expressions during that Raiders game. He's like, "Oh man, this," you know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro,
Like,
like what are you doing? Yeah,
like
I say,
yo, like what they doing out there? Like yo,
bro,
so I
yes.
definitely think he's gonna do a much better job, and so that's gonna just make us, make the offense be what it should be. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Jawan Taylor plays if he was limited in practice yesterday, I believe, with I don't know if his knee, I think but and Wanye Morris is the guy that will play. If he's not able to go, Wanye Morris will be at right tackle. And so
You
I
gotta
don't
let
love it.
Wanye. Bro, I mean, my thing with it is, there's a time and a place for him. But I never really paid attention to Wanye Morris until that specific game.
Mhm.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but Wanye Morris just doesn't look well, and I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, I'm gonna drop that right there. Wanye Morris does not look well, and I he just doesn't look. Hey, Will, I'm sorry, but bro, when you look, bro, he does not. What I, bro, he does not look well. And again, please don't ask me to elaborate, but he doesn't look
Oh
well.
man.
Okay,
Oh man.
I think that,
Hey, they could have put an orange cone out there. It might
bro,
have tripped the guy up or something.
again, he does
At
not,
least the orange cone might have tripped.
bro, he does not. And
Oh
I'm gonna say it
man.
again, he does not look well. Okay, I'm just gonna
Oh
leave it
man.
there. And And the fact of the matter is, bro, when you go and get your most seasoned, probably versatile, skilled lineman and tell them that they got to go play left tackle, hey man, that's one thing. But the fact, here goes another fact though. We need to deal with this. Hey man, as a quarterback, how is Patrick Mahomes supposed to feel? Like
I'll
knowing
be
that,
hot, bro. Like, come
well, I mean,
on, bro.
well, you can't do what you want to do, and you can't just, oh, well, I'm gonna put a lot of faith in that. If he's not paying attention to what he's doing, then him getting blindsided and things going a direction that are unacceptable, very much really, hey man, get it fixed. Where did y'all get this? Who
Yeah, bro.
recommended this dude? Where did he
I don't
come
know,
from?
bro. I don't know, bro. All right,
You
we
know,
got we gonna go to our next topic, man. So our
he's
next
not.
topic,
Something's wrong with. I mean, if you really look at something's wrong, I'm just gonna leave it there.
you touched on it a little bit earlier, and my question is, our topic is, do you think the Chiefs need the number one seed in the playoffs this season? Yeah.
For me, I say this. There's nothing wrong with extra time to rest and recover, especially when you've been given the ultimate task, the solo task. No other team is doing this. We have to play 3 games in 10 days.
Man.
Nobody else is doing that. No, it's not to the point where Chris Jones has taken it upon himself to go to the owners meeting coming up to let them know that this is not fair. And
Yeah,
you, you're
that's
you're you're
crazy.
putting our season at risk. You're putting players' health at risk. You're putting a lot of things at risk. 3 games, 10 days, unheard of. You just don't do it. You know that it's not appropriate. Now we love watching the Chiefs, but I'm not interested in looking up game 3 and seeing we have a line of players that are injured and are hurt because they needed a little bit more time to recover and prepare. 3 games, 10 days, all that stuff is out
Well,
there.
Houston, there's one or two other teams that's doing it. Like Houston has 3 games in 10 days. Also, they got the Dolphins and us, and then they got the Ravens. They got the Ravens 4 days after playing us, bro. Because they play on Christmas too.
There's no justification for any
Ye-
team doing it. It's not
Right.
that deep.
It's
You,
10
you,
days, 3 games in 10. That's
bro,
wild, bro.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
that's crazy. The worst case scenario, if you're even thinking three, games, worst case scenario, you're thinking 3 games, maybe. And I'm gonna lay this out there in a general way, but I think you're thinking 3 games in 15, 16 days,
Yeah, but
maybe,
10
but
days.
not in 10. Not in
Somebody
10,
somebody ain't gonna be playing that's a key
bro.
part of a team on any all
Well,
these
I mean,
games. You know what I'm saying?
you gotta find a way to keep your team
Healthy.
awake and healthy and alive because things can probably get real vanilla. Like that
Mm.
that is not it's not okay any way, shape, or form. There's something wrong about all of those things. The decks the deck is stacked against us. Number one seed, yeah, we probably can appreciate the rest that's gonna come with that. Um,
That's probably the
and
biggest thing is the rest.
I think so. I think in my opinion, you're talking about coming to the end of the road with some new pieces where we need to establish some chemistry, some
Mm.
timing. I think if I'm not mistaken, we have 5 games left. Am I right or wrong? I
Yeah, we
think we
got
got
five. We got five
right.
left.
So within those 5 games, we need to be able to establish an identity with the new pieces that we have that are either healthy or this is their first, you know, go around. How do you get these guys to give you their best and know that you're probably doing things a little bit different than, you know what I'm saying, than what they're used to or what, they would be expecting. But, you're doing the best that you can with the time that you have remaining. And if anybody or any coaching staff can take 4 or 5 games and position the resources that they have to give maximum impact. I trust our coaching staff. I do like, don't get me wrong, Bieniemy is free.
I thought about
And I
that
heard
too.
and
Nah.
I heard Nagy has some coaching interest. So let's speed that up. Let's bring Bieniemy back. Go and get
Mhm.
Nagy out here.
It's
I
either gonna
said,
be enemy or I think Doug Peterson may get fired this season. So either one of them may be available.
and
Uh,
well, my
yeah,
thing is
man.
bring the enemy back. Bring him back. Quit playing.
Yeah.
Don't play with our emotions. Bring him back so that we can celebrate good times.
I don't
Bring
think
him on back.
we need the one seed. I mean, we proved that last year that we didn't need it, but I think it would be very beneficial
Yeah,
this season when you talk about the 3 games in 10 days and just the amount of football that the Chiefs have played more than anybody else because of them being in the playoffs season after season after season, playing
pretty
all the
tough,
way to
bro.
the Super Bowl or at least the AFC Championship. So they need that rest. And then you think about guys getting healthy, getting healthier. Um, Being able to rest and getting that week off. And then you think about we only have to win 2 games to make it to the Super Bowl versus 3 games. You win one game, that first game, and you're in the AFC Championship game. And
Yeah,
so, and Arrowhead Stadium is an
yeah.
advantage itself. And so, thinking about those things, I would love to have the one seed. It's going to be tight. I think we have more difficult games coming up, or more competitive games coming up versus the Bills. The Bills have an easier schedule ahead, but they do have to play like the Detroit Lions.
And that's it.
And
I'm
they got to
calling
play the
it right now.
Rams too. So the Rams aren't a
I,
gimme.
I'm calling the Detroit Lion game for the Bills.
Mm,
Let me go ahead and lay it out there. They're going to lose.
that'd be
And
nice.
everything that we knew about them is that we knew as their weaknesses is gonna become explicitly obvious. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you can't appreciate if you can't appreciate uh Coach Dan, what's his last name with the Lion?
Man,
Uh,
forget. I forgot his
uh,
name. I'll
At
check it
any
out.
at any rate, if you can't appreciate that coach, then you can't appreciate a good head coach. And I like him because he's not trying to sugarcoat nothing or hide nothing. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Lions are going to run that ball down the Buffalo Bills' throat. And if Buffalo can't find a way to stand up to that, it's gonna get out of control.
Yeah, if you say anybody has a better running back tandem than the Chiefs, if you were to pick a team, it would be the Lions because
Has to be.
Montgomery and Gibbs reminds me of Jamal Charles, bro. And I don't think they give him enough touches.
They don't.
Because and
They
I'm
don't.
glad they don't because I don't think they realize what they have in Gibbs really. Because if I had Jamal Charles, I'm like, I'm sorry, Montgomery, you're good, but put
Bro,
this young boy.
bro,
But Montgomery's a
it's
dog too, man. So they got I love their running backs. I like they got Jamison Williams, they got Amon-Ra St. Brown, they got
bro.
Laporta, they got
It's no
the
different than
pieces
Waterboy. We
around golf.
have we have to get the ball to the Waterboy. We have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only one. He hypes the team up and tells them that we're going to do it together. And then when the wife, if you don't do something, we're going to lose. When he pulls him to the side, you have to do this. I was watching Mighty Ducks. He tells him, you have to get the puck to this guy because if you don't do this, we're gonna. My point in it is when you look at Gibbs and you start thinking about Jamal Charles and what he was capable of, yes, you have to get this man more touches. Because the
Yeah, bro.
reality of it is, if you can find a way to get him probably anywhere from 2 to 4 more touches a game, man, if he gets loose, bro, you're not talking about you really got to be on your money because if you're not paying attention, the dude got wheels, you'll be looking up and he'll be in the end zone celebrating. It's not a joke. And
Yeah.
with that being said, I have no problem saying it. Adam, great fan of Uncle Barry Sanders, so I take that very seriously. He was at the game yesterday. Um, my thing is, again, you're looking at a team where now everybody's lining up to give the Lions their best. And I'll go
Hmm.
ahead and say it right now. Y'all gonna find out Buffalo is who y'all thought they were. And
Hmm.
they cannot stop Detroit from running. And Detroit's gonna run all over them. Dan Campbell. Campbell. Ain't that his name?
Yeah,
That's the
Dan
coach.
Campbell. Yep.
Yeah. That's just Dan Campbell. And they gonna run that ball down your throat and he ain't gonna apologize for it.
Yeah, I don't see because the Bills do struggle against that run game, so it's gonna be
It's gonna be obvious.
ew. And all golf got to do is pretty much manage that game, and
Yep.
they got the weapons, man. And so, like, as far as us though, man, it's like I just know we're going to be. I know we're a different team in the playoffs, bro. It's like we elevate. It's like Mahomes turns on this switch like over my dead body. Like I'm gonna do what needs to be done. Oh, I need to run 30 yards on this one. Okay.
Bro.
I need to run 15
It's
yards on this one.
it's
Okay.
not fourth and one. It's
Bro.
not fourth and two. It's not fourth and three. At this point, for everybody, it's fourth and Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we're going for stuff that we normally wouldn't go for. Did anybody pay
Hey,
attention?
we got a coin effort. I like that phrase, bro. We need to put that on a
You know
t-shirt.
what I'm
Fourth and
saying?
Super Bowl?
Bro, people have the man last night, and they can say what they want. But the man last night, he didn't flinch. I'm sitting there looking, and I'm thinking, are y'all not prepared for the fact that they about to run this ball? Because I know they about to run the ball. Yes, it's fourth and whatever, but I believe it could have been fourth and 10, and he would have ran the ball. What
Yeah.
are y'all? They
That would have
wasn't
been
ready.
smart.
Bro, I knew he gonna run. Come on, man. This guy.
Yeah.
If you can't respect a good head coach, Dan Campbell is a good head coach to the point where you got players saying that their lives are forever changed because of the leadership that that man brings to the table, to the point they couldn't even tell him what the player said because he started crying.
Mm.
So when I
Okay.
see a man that has given himself to the men that he's leading like that, to the
Mm.
point where emotionally it has brought him to tears, that's my kind of guy. And I hope that the Detroit Lions, I hope that they beat Buffalo like y'all stole something.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. So I think we'll get it. I don't see us losing more than one more game if we were to, and I can see the Bills losing at least one game. And so they will have three losses and we will have two. So I
Right.
think we'll have the one seed, man, and from there, man, we only got to win two games, and I trust Mahomes and Andy Reid and the rest of these guys that's that won a Super Bowl. DJ Humphries won a Super Bowl ring. You know what I'm saying? Um D Hop won a Super Bowl ring. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be a part on a special. This would be a special season if we were to complete this and make it to the Super Bowl. And then whoever we play, whether it's the Lions, the Eagles, or the Packers, those are the top three NFC teams in my opinion. But I don't think we need it, but we definitely want it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move on, man. We got another game coming up against those Chargers. So we want to do score predictions. You know what I'm saying? What's your score prediction for the Chargers game, man? So we got Justin Herbert coming up, Lad McConkey. I don't even know. Is J.K. Dobbins playing? I think he might be injured. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it just depends, man. I mean, on what we're gonna see and how serious we are. I think that if I'm a Kansas City Chiefs player, I mean, some people were saying like, well, the Chiefs players didn't want the win that we got. I don't know who you are, but
Right.
I want you to know that as a fan, uh, you sat down and go play, and don't say that mess. You take what you got coming because a W is a W. I think that we can. I think that we should beat the Chargers. I got us plus 10. I don't see any reason why we can't. I'm thinking with the Chargers, we're looking plus 10 at I'm gonna go with a solid 29, 19, 30, 20. We're gonna get the Chargers by 10. And
Mm.
or it's gonna because we have to.
What was that score again? What'd you say?
I'm thinking 29, 19 or 30,
29-19.
29. I mean, because we have to. We have to do it because people think that we're the Dallas Cowboys. They have a
Hmm.
choice. They do.
Okay. I
You
might
lost
be.
one. You lost one game. Your quarterback's automatically. You got people out here talking about he's broken and all that. What are we supposed to do? I just don't. I don't have the words, bro. I get pretty. It got pretty frustrating to me in the fact that you know, we're sitting up doing everything that we can. Got to give it to them, but you can't. You literally cannot win them all. But I think that we're at a point where now we literally. I'm just saying, we're at a point where we have to. Just saying, appreciate my little emoticon there. But we're at the point where we have to
Mm,
go back out and embarrass somebody or really, go all in for
mm,
people to be like, okay, this team is to still be respected. Well, quite frankly, I'd rather be that snake that's playing dead at the bottom of the sea. And
mm,
y'all think that nothing's gonna happen, and then we open that can on y'all. I'm done.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, I think I might be with you with that 10 point. At first, I was thinking 24-17, but I'm gonna say 27-17. So I'm with
yeah,
you. It could, 10-point win.
yeah.
Um, I don't see I just feel like Humphreys will make a difference. Because all Mahomes need is like a half a second more, you know? Um, and sometimes he didn't even get a second with Wanya. And so I think Humphreys is gonna be a
My
difference.
boy
He
shell
could
shocked
Humphreys
out
could
there.
be the player of the game. You know what I'm saying?
My
It
boy
won't show
out
up
there
on the
shell
stat
shocked.
sheet, but Humphreys could be the player of the game if he gives Mahomes time and this offense just looks a little better, looks different, you know what I'm saying? The plays down the field, the seam, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Noah Gray, who has been coming on and showing his heir apparency to Travis Kelsey. He's been looking very Travis-like. There have been times he's caught the ball and I thought it was Travis and it was Noah Gray. He starts
Hey,
running, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and you hit that nail on the head there, bro. He's doing a wonderful job. Uh, my thing is my guy has you got my respect, bro. Noah Gray, doing wonderful. Travis Kelsey, if I'm not mistaken, did I hear that he signed an extension where he's gonna still hang around for even a little bit more? If I'm not
And
mistaken, but
Travis?
maybe I was wrong. Maybe I misheard something.
Yeah, I
But
gotta
my
check that
point in
out.
it is, you have a wonderful you have a wonderful, if you want to call him an understudy in him, he's doing a good job. And sir, you point that out at excellent time. Nobody nobody should have anything to say negative about what we got going and the way we're growing stuff as far as our personnel. And I think that has a lot to do with it too. It is great coaching, it is a great organization, but you have great players that are just good people that are making sure that these guys that are supporting them and coming behind them to take the reins are well equipped. And I guarantee you, you don't have to look at Travis Kelsey and let him tell you that that he's on fire. You can see the smoke coming off of him. And I doubt that he has to have a lot of conversation with Noah Gray. And you can probably just pay attention if you're Noah Gray to what he's doing. And as you watch him in practice and in meetings, if you imitate, those things and those behaviors that are helping to support the outcomes that he's getting, hey man, one can only hope. Let me tell you somebody I really can't stand when they commentate, and they can get him off the show for all I care. Tony Gonzalez, you get on my nerves, and I don't care what you say as a
Why Tony get
commentator,
on your nerves, man?
because bro, he makes me mad because you know what, Tony, you left us chasing something that you never got.
Mm.
You left us chasing something that you never
You
got.
came
You
close
have
though.
Yeah, you know, hey, bro, I'm sorry. I mean, my problem with it is that you abandon us in our time of need. Man, you know what that locker room was like. You knew them boys was in there hurting. That was the worst period that any Chiefs fan, any person a part of that organization, that had to be one of the worst periods that we ever went through. And you picked up your stuff and left. You didn't hang tough with us. You left. You know what was going on. You met people. It was some people, some rough situations in there, and people was looking to you for leadership. I was under that tent. It's different, man. I've been under that player's tent. Before the game starts. Yeah, I was there when Tony was here, and your family was sitting over there. We ate that Zarda barbecue. Man, it's crazy, bro. I really be honest. I understand to some extent the desire for every player to win a Super Bowl, but man, I just struggle with Tony, man, because bro, all honesty, bro, you left us in the most vulnerable position that we could ever be in. And on top of that, when you had a chance to even start to advocate about coming back when we got real close, at
I
that
think he
last
did.
season, the point you were there, Oh, I'm signed with the Atlanta Falcons.
No, he said he was. I remember when he said he was willing to come back to the Chiefs. I remember that, but the Falcons was hating on it.
Well,
They wouldn't let him.
you
Can't
had
remember what
old
year that
P.
was.
Who was in our at that time? Did we have Pioli?
It might.
Probably,
It wasn't
probably.
Dorsey.
No, Dorsey was different, but Pioli,
Are you talking about when they
probably.
traded him? Was it
Bro,
Pioli?
Pioli, yeah.
I think it
First
was
off,
Pioli. Yeah.
he was garbage for that. He traded him to Atlanta. Then when Pioli comes to the end of his time here, where do we look up and see Pioli and
Yeah.
who's he riding with?
Yeah.
The general manager for the Atlanta Falcons heading into his new position no shorter than about a week after he left. And you've traded Tony Gonzalez to the Atlanta Falcons. Obvious cahoots.
I'm gonna label
So
this
my
Tony
thing with it
Gonzalez
is,
tangent. I don't know how you got on Tony Gonzalez.
bro, I just can't stand, bro.
He was
It's
on his mind.
because
We were
my
talking
when
about
we were
score
talking,
predictions
hold
for
on,
the
but we were
Chargers.
talking about Noah Gray, and
Oh, okay, that's how we
we were
got there.
talking about Noah Gray. We're talking about Travis Kelsey.
Okay.
My question is, what did Tony Gonzalez breathe into Travis Kelsey? Exactly.
Not a thing. I mean, he wasn't.
Crickets. Nothing.
He
Not a
wasn't here.
dadgum thing. And for that, you left us stuck here. We it was shameful. And don't get me wrong, Pioli, again, worst front office exec in Kansas City history. You can say what you want, but there's nothing about Scott Pioli that's left an impression of anything better on our organization. The Chiefs, it was horrible, bro. When Pioli was here, it was horrible.
Yeah, we went through some horrible years,
It
man.
was horrible,
But
man.
guess what?
I
We
mean,
hey, stop reminiscing on those bad. Well, the bad times help us appreciate these wonderful times that we are having now with Brett Veach as our general manager and Andy Reid as our head coach. We are going through some great times, and I'm going to enjoy it. Chiefs fans, enjoy every second of this because we have gone through some very
man,
um some tough years. Years of being good
yes.
but not good enough, years of being horrible and bad. Remember Tyler Palco? Years of not having that quarterback that we knew
Hey,
we
I'm
were
gonna
down. We
throw
weren't
this
coming
out
back to
there.
win.
How about Brody Croyle?
Brody Croyle was horrible. They showed his record on. I remember what it was, a 0-10 or something.
Bro,
Brody Croyle was unhealthy and not good.
I have seen,
Brady
I have
Quinn.
seen, I've seen street games over here with my 12-year-olds and his friends that held more qualification and entertainment than what we saw with Brody Croyle.
Oh
Okay? And don't
man,
even get me wrong, I felt like, bro,
darn
our
Alabama
team was,
quarterback.
our team was a joke, bro. And I don't
Yeah, we
care.
were a joke.
We were horrible. Where did Pioli come from?
Oh man. All
Where did
right,
he
man.
come from? I'm
As
sorry.
we go back, we like you see, we've been Chiefs fans for a very long time. I mean, I'm often on X and uh formerly Twitter and the spaces, and a lot of people casually say that Chiefs fans are brand new when we haven't never had a lot of fans, which is untrue. Because I remember when John Elway was at Arrowhead Stadium and they had to tell the crowd to be quiet because we were too loud.
Hold on, bro. They didn't tell him. Here goes Elway and walked over there to the river. Said, hey, you guys don't quiet down.
They're too loud.
Hey, bro. And then, do you know who you're talking to? Hey, the referee, you might as well have saved your breath. All you
Oh
did
man.
was infuriate and put fuel in there. I mean,
Yeah.
if you've
So,
ever been to Arrowhead, it's a
bruh,
once in a lifetime
once in a
experience.
lifetime experience.
And I don't care what anybody says, when you're sitting somewhere and literally the noise level has become so volatile that you are nauseous,
Mhm.
if you feel that way, and don't make the mistake of thinking that you don't have thousands of screaming fans doing everything they can to accurately direct their noise at the
Mhm.
helmet of the quarterback.
Mhm.
There's no opposing quarterback that is. There's no hose bar. Like I said, Buffalo, that was y'all Super Bowl. I hope you enjoyed it because you ain't going nowhere else.
Oh man. Yeah. So but that's what we got today, man. It's wonderful just talking Chiefs football, man. We're excited about the future for our Kansas City football Chiefs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we trying
I'm
to
talking about.
if we win Sunday, then the Chiefs win a ninth consecutive AFC West title. And so that is on the line. I just don't see the Chargers beating us. I know Herbert's good. I know Harbaugh's a good coach. But we have an even better coaches, and players that know, you know what I'm saying, been in those big games. And so it's a Sunday night game. You know what I'm saying? Sunday
Will,
night.
can I ask you a question? And I'm serious.
Real quick. Let's make it
How
quick, man.
how can I mean, in your opinion, does our wide receiving core, at least on paper, shouldn't that make people a little concerned or scared?
It should, especially when Hollywood Brown is set to come back. And so I was thinking about Rasheed Rice the other day, bro. I was like, this brother, after he got hurt, he still was like top three in receiving yards. 3 weeks after he got hurt. Like for 3 weeks he didn't play. He was still one of the top three, top five wide receiver in receiving yards. Wow, he was about to ball out this season, man. He was when I tell you, man, I miss that guy. And I can't. I'm frustrated that we got to wait a whole nother season to see Rasheed Rice play football again. And but anyway, but yeah, man, our wide receiving core, you know, D Hop, Juju, we got um Worthy, Watson, McCole Hardman, and then when Hollywood comes back, you're gonna have D Hop, Hollywood, Worthy, Juju,
Yeah, I mean
McCole. You know what I'm saying?
that's but but the thing about it is what is Juju Smith shoes what is he nothing?
Yeah,
You gonna leave him open?
that's the thing. People forget about him.
You gonna
And so,
leave you D Hop did already proved y'all. Put three people on. Put three people on.
and any pass that he's dropped, he's only had one pass on that third down that he dropped that he should have caught. But any other pass that he's dropped has been like he's almost caught it, and it's been a very difficult catch. And
Well, it's
he's
been a very difficult
very
catch, and some of them have been followed up by yellow flags
yes,
because it
he
was
draws
pass
flags.
interference.
Yep.
So, but my point in it is, in asking the question is, like I guess I feel like we have arguably top three wide receiver rooms, wide
Mhm.
receiver, position as far as everybody included in the NFL. And I think that people need to, give respect to that because you got a Juju, you got D Hop, you got McCole Hardman.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, the other guy,
Xavier Worthy,
Worthy,
Justin
yeah,
Watson.
he's coming at you, but you got Watson, that's his guy. I, appreciate, but he is. I mean, at least when he's getting his targets, but we haven't even thrown in Travis Kelsey. We haven't really, got to the mix where again, Noah Gray is looking very
Yeah,
very.
he's
I'm
coming
like,
on,
I'm really
man.
wondering, can we hold on to everybody that we have? But he's looking very number one and startish type
Hmm.
of quality that he's. So our wide receiving core is rich, and I
Hmm.
think that it's again once you can get the shell shock off of
Hmm.
Mahomes' back, which I think they do need to start that this week.
Yeah,
You need to get somebody out there where this man is not walking on eggshells wondering whether or not he's got an additional second, to complete a pass or let a play develop. It's got to have. I think that sometimes we've done disservices. In Veach we trust, but let's not cut too many corners because you got us. So these tackles you got us with right
yeah.
now.
Yeah. And so all right, man. That's what we got
Yeah.
today, man. Red and bold. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to download the MTMV Sports app. Download that. You'll have access on your phone to all of our shows, our articles. And yeah, it's good content, man. We cover basketball, specifically NBA, WNBA. We cover some college football. And so Yeah, man. MTMV Sports. Check us out. My team, my voice. So check it out. Be sure
Awesome.
to again subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe. And so we want to do shout outs real quick. I want to shout out for of course for let me shout out our sponsor.
Go ahead,
Our
brother.
sponsor, Ozell brand.
Mhm.
It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. So be sure to check out Ozell brand. It's ozellbrand.com. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. If you have a team that's looking for some football cleats or some nice fashion sneakers or something like that, check out Ozell brand, man. He's got some new shoes, some new kicks coming out, and he's coming out with some book bags I've seen that he has posted. So Ozell brand keeps doing his thing. Shout out to my guy Titus Ozell. So also J Mo's Barbecue, JMOSBBQ.com. Be sure to upgrade your meats. If you we say if you try, you taste it, you won't waste it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
won't waste it.
You won't waste it. So be sure to get your barbecue sauce. Go online and go ahead and place an order for that barbecue sauce. It's always in season. You can barbecue anytime, even in the wintertime. You can barbecue and grill out and turn your grill
That's
on,
the
have that
best
smoke
time.
going. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best time. That's the best time. The winter time is the best time. Keep your moisture up. Keep your moisture up.
Okay,
Keep your
Mo's
moisture up.
Barbecue, man, and check out Legacy AD, faith-based comic book. We also have apparel, so we have it's hoodie season. You know what I'm saying? Be sure to get your hoodie, whether it's main character Deacon or other characters, just some other apparel that we have. That's Legacy AD cartoon.squarespace.com. Click on the link. Get that comic book. We got 2 issues out so far. Currently working on a live action movie script, so be on the lookout, man. I got some more pages to write, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah.
And also shout out to I'm gonna shout out my guy Greedy Man's Barbecue down here in Atlanta. If you're in that Atlanta area, he's in Jonesboro. So
You
check
got
out
it right. Is it right in there, Will?
say what?
Is it right in there?
Is
That
it right?
greedy man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So check out Greedy Man's Barbecue, greedymansbbq.com.
Mm-hmm,
Shout out to my guy, Reggie, with
mm-hmm.
Reggie,
Reggie. Reggie.
all on point pressure washing. All thank it on point pressure washing. I said all on
Uh-huh.
point pressure washing.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I still said it wrong, but I'm gonna put it down there. Check out if he's in the Atlanta area. If you need your business, your residential pressure wash from the clean the windows, your driveway, sidewalk, anything you need, clean the pressure wash, gutter cleaning. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So it's always on point pressure washing. I think that's
Uh-huh.
it.
Uh-huh.
Always on point pressure washing. And
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes,
you want to shout out Christian
yeah.
charity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
Mm,
could, if I
you
could.
sure enough can.
Well, as usual, all roads lead to Christian Charity Church here in Kansas City, Missouri, 11,000 Ruskin Way. Again, that's KCMO 64134, where our pastor is Arthur L. Mobley, the third pastor emeritus, Arthur L. Mobley Jr. Would love to have you as our special guest. Come on out, have a good time with us, let your light shine. I also want to go ahead shout out my cousin Chi birthday actually again this Friday right now
Happy
celebrating. Don't
birthday, dog.
happy birthday. And then want to shout out my niece Avi. I don't even know how old you are, but happy birthday, baby. Your uncle uh loves you very, 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 very much. My last thing, if you are a believer and you love the Lord, I want to encourage you more than ever to let your light shine. We need some happiness. We need something that'll hold up. We need a hope in this day and time that will stay.
Mhm.
Let your light shine. And if loving the Kansas City Chiefs is wrong,
I don't want to be
I'm
right.
gonna be right. I'm out.
All right, man. Hey, that's what we got, man. Red and bold. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, man. I mean on X, you know what I'm saying? On X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Be sure to follow us. That's at REDANDBOLD. Again, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching the Chiefs football.
Hey, Will, one
Yo,
more.
oh
Hey,
Lord.
if you think Anybody, I'm sorry, but if anybody think about it, y'all lift up in prayer, hold her up, wrap your arms around her. Essence Montgomery, good friend of Lincoln College Preparatory, true blue tiger, uh, probably the nicest person, most organized person I've ever met in my life. She's for real lost her mother. We're
Mm.
gonna we're going to lay Mother Scott to rest this Saturday. But y'all, if you know Essence, send her some love. I'm
All
out the
right.
way.
Prayers up for Essence, man. Never easy losing a loved one. So definitely be in prayer for her. Again, let's hope we get this W on Sunday, Sunday night football. Chiefs, Chargers. It's gonna be a good one. And go Chiefs, man. So that's all we got. We gonna holla. Thank you for watching. Love y'all.